Hello YouTube. Today I have a 2008-2009 Corolla, and this is the 1.8 dual cam, and a little bit of history on this. Overheated, okay, and the customer was saying that maybe the core is not working because create misfire, and they do replace the 3 core and still misfire. So finally they tested compression is low. So I test the compression is on number 1 and number 2 is 150, but number 3 and number 4 is only 90 or lower 90. Okay, so I believe when overheated and then blow this, either the piston oil seal, or could be something else, and nothing is mixture oil or radiator cooling, nothing mixed on that, and the idle is rough. So he was asking me to do a head replacement, and I was thinking that this type of vehicle here, if you do head, sometimes may not solve the problem, and buy another engine is cheaper, because doing head sometimes it's not the head, the block. So and the sign of this is because it does not have any sign of leaking. So if you do the head, it does not solve the problem. So I got the engine. So today I'm going to do engine replace on this Corolla right here. Okay, I'm going to pop this out. This had a couple clips on it. I'm going to move that side only. Move it later. Somebody already take all this clip, so I don't have to do much. Right here, there's a couple plates that are holding the bracket here. I'm going to remove this one. We can go in there easier. Take this out. And you have a lot of this 10mm holding this place. My opinion, you know, you don't really have to move this place here, then you'll be able to move it, but I want to clear the whole thing here, so it create more easier access to the back. Okay, now it's clear. One more over here. Take this out. Okay, air ducts out. That. I like the way they set up the ECU outside here. You know, when you have the ECU outside here, very easy. Okay, I'm gonna disconnect my battery. You know that the before you unplug your ECU. So just pull the clip like this and it just pop out. Okay, and then we'll disconnect right here. Pull it out. Okay, use the wide grip like this to grab the water hose and twist it. To drain your cooling, it's not on this side, it's on this down hose here, right below the water hose. And you reaching down here, you should be able to feel it right there. Okay, and what I'm going to do, I'm going to remove my battery so I can see that down there better. Move this right here because this is this piece right here actually cracked somewhere, and you need to replace it because causing leaking. That's why it's overheating. Okay, and I already got the new ones, so I'm going to replace the new one. Toyota never have something like this, but recent year Toyota built car getting crappier and crappier. That's why they make things like this. And I know that they take shortcut by some other manufacturer stuff, not Toyota stuff. Okay, this wire right here, just open this box. So on this side, I'm going to detach the radiator hose right here. Okay. Okay, the AC plug, you just unplug that, and there's a bracket holding the wire. With that bracket, it's an 8mm that holding that wire bracket here, and you just take out from this bracket so you don't have to unclip. So this serpentine belt here is not tensioning, so it's adjustable thing. So there's a bolt on the bottom here, it's 14mm, and then there's another one right here, it's a 12mm. So lose this too. I think this way is better than the spring detention because it's easy. Yeah, how easy it is. Just take this out. Take these belts out. Okay. Okay, this one right here on the top, this is number 12. Okay. And the second one is on the other side here, number 12 also. Okay. If you come to the bottom here, there's only 2 bolts right here. Pretty easy. Okay, on this right here, There's a couple bolts that holding down the bottom here. That this bracket is on the way. What I'm going to do is I'm going to take this bracket out. This bracket have 2 bolts right here in the hole, and then this 2, and I believe another 3 in the bag right there. So I just yanked the low bottom support here, sway all the other side a little bit like this, so I can take down the forward bolt and the starter bolt right here, and more room for me to take the transmission torque converter bolt right there too. Okay, haven't seen this crazy for a long time. This is the 90, and this guy still keep this car in good shape. So hardly see any Toyota Cressida this model here around the street. So pretty lucky he got this in the 83 Toyota Corolla, and pretty good. That's a pretty nice car. So today I'm going to finish this engine swap. Yesterday I kind of busy, so I didn't finish because I was starting late, and now it's trying to finish today. Okay, I tie my compressor to right here, so it will leave this gap here for me to take the motor out freely. I'm going to take the starter out. Okay, on this is socket 19 to hold the crank pulley and bolt, and over here's socket 12. So you have to use both hands. If you don't use both hands, this thing will turn, then you can't really loosen this right here. Okay, on this there's a bracket here blocking the top starter bolt, so I have to take this bracket here out. Okay, which is right here, and then there's one more right there. Starter bolt right there. See what this bracket holding right here? You take this bolt out, and you put the chain or whatever you can mount it to right here. Okay. So on this side, I'm going to mounting right here, and put my chain. I'll take my reservoir out. So for this fuel line, you need one of this. If you disconnect it, you may be able to do it without this. I did on the Nissan one time, but it take a lot of time. So this is better to have this too. Okay, I'm not sure that will fit in there, but we'll see. Just plug it in this. Slide, push this to it.
See that? So you push this in to release the 4 pins right here, so you can take this out like that. Okay, I'm gonna break loose and let it hold right there.
So 3 bolts here, 2 on the top, 1 on the bottom. So let me take the bottom out first. Now everything come out like that. Okay, and don't forget to detach the ground wire from the engine, or either the side wall right here. So I'm going to take the one from the engine over here. So everything is clear, I believe. So I need to disconnect the 2 transmission bolt on the other side. Okay, I can see my engine already split. Split. There's a pin holding the engine and transmission together, so you have to push those pins to split out. There. All right. Time to bet boy is coming out. So as now I put it side by side, and I will, take from the old one to this new one. Sometimes the intake manifold or the exhaust manifold, they are the same, and you just leave it. But a lot of time when you buy this from the junkyard, or from a used place that's selling engine, you never know where they hit it. Sometimes hit the intake manifold crack, or hit the exhaust and crack. So you just take them out and put it back. Is better that way. But in this case, I inspected the intake manifold match, and also it doesn't have any damage. So the only thing I'm gonna swap is the harness, because this harness they cut everything out already, so I'm not going to use this harness. I will check the spark plug, the fuel, the ignition coil is good, so I'm going to leave the ignition coil and just take out the harness and the spark plug. Okay. For best, you swap everything, including all the sensors. You know that the sensor, the engine that you have, it does not have any engine code or any sensor that bad, But on this type of vehicle is pretty new, So you don't have to swap if you don't want it to, but later on if you have an engine kill, then you can swap later. For a small engine like this, pretty easy, but for V6 or V8 that it's very crowded and hard to take out the intake or injector or any of those stuff, like knock sensor, any of those, I would say you swap it. And when you swap, then you don't have the problem that will come back, because you know that the engine that you have, it does not have any of those problems. But the new engine, which is you don't know, you know, it could be have some of the sensor that may not work, and then you have to have a problem again. But for me right now, I just swap the harness only, not the sensor. Very easy to plug in back and won't confuse them. If you just take like this, like this. Okay, and then just plug it in from the top here down. So I'm ready to put it back. The rear main seal still good, and front main seal still good, so I'm not going to touch any of this. Okay, I tie this so I can tilt this engine a little bit, so I can slide the pins into here. I like about this car is the torque converter is sticking flat with the flywheel, so easy to slide in. Okay, so now all this two bolt is holding my engine and transmission now. So I need to go on the bottom and put a couple bolts in there so I can lock it in. Okay, at the bottom I already put the bolts in, so I'm going to tie this up. Very slight, easy. Okay, now it's closing, and the bottom is closing too, so I would put the side mounts on and ready to drop off my jack. I'm going to put my motor mount. I'm ready to drop off my engine now. So at this point here, just tie everything back up, and you know, when you're taking out, you should remember to put it back up, right? So pretty simple and easy now. The hardest part is to align this engine into the transmission, but on this engine here is very easy. I think I put it back less than 2 minutes to fitting, because align in, put the two pins aligned together and lock it into the two top bolt, and that's it, and the bottom is automatic fit already. Okay, so now just plug it in the tighten the bottom bolt, put a starter, and the rest is easy. Okay.
cho còn một nọ ngày giang ai chi nó mong đầu chỉ qua gió tua không chuyện gì ấy cứ nó luôn dưng gì đi làm chi aku chỉ sắp phải được gì oh my god baby cô nhẹ nhẹ có
Okay, now water, coolant and oil is already in there. Let's go fire it up. Sounds good, sounds good. Very positive. There's no shaking right now, but not until driving, because it could have an engine light somewhere. I'm not sure, because I did not replace any of the original motor to this right here. So we're waiting to see if any engine lights coming up, but I doubt it. This is a pretty low mileage engine, and it's the same one, so it shouldn't have any engine lights on it. Okay, this point here, nothing. Idle pretty good, right around 1000 RPM right now. Just because the car barely started, and the engine sounds quiet from inside here, and even under the hood it's very quiet. So I'm very positive this engine is a good engine. See, now it's the coolant is recirculate right now, so that's why it's had some bubble right here. Okay, slowly bubble right now. I'm very confident that this is should be a last long engine. And it's according to what they told me, is 90,000 miles engine. Okay, Alright, so the rest only the hood, and this is a one-day job. Very simple engine, to be honest with you. I replaced 2000, I think 94, 97 Corolla, and that is more difficult than this right here. Okay, compared to this, to the 97 is harder than this right here, and this is super easy. You can get that it done in one day. If you start let's say you start at 7:30, you should get done by like 5 or 6 o'clock. Okay, yesterday I only take about 1 hour, and then today I started at 11, about 10:30, and now is about 5 o'clock. So if I started at 7 or 8 o'clock, I should done by 5 already. Okay, and I encourage that if you have a Corolla engine problem, just replace, and very easy, a one-day job, and you got your car back to the road next day. Okay, all right, thank you for watching. Please help me subscribe. Okay, bye bye now.